5 years ago, home prices north of Boston looked completely different than they do today. And once you see the actual numbers, you'll understand exactly why so many homeowners are sitting on way more equity than they realize. In this video, I'm gonna break down how much home prices have actually gone up north of Boston over the last 5 years and what that means, whether you're buying, selling, or just curious what your home might be worth in today's market. If we haven't met yet, my name is Chris Blavel. I'm a local realtor here north of Boston. I help people buy, sell, relocate throughout Massachusetts and southern New Hampshire. I get asked some version of this question almost every single week. Chris, is now a really good time to sell my home? And honestly, most people are shocked once they see how much their home has appreciated since they bought it. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the real numbers behind home price growth here north of Boston and what it actually means to you. And if this video provides any value, please subscribe to my channel. I make videos like this every single week about buying, selling, and relocating to the area. So let's start with the big picture. Back in 2021, the median home price across Massachusetts was sitting around $467,000. Today, the numbers have climbed to somewhere around the mid to high 600,000 range, which works out to roughly 40 to 45% of an increase in just 5 years. That's a massive jump in a relatively short amount of time, and it's a big part of why so many homeowners have way more equity built up than they think. Here in Essex County, the median home prices are currently running somewhere between $675,000 and about $715,000, depending on the month and location. And it's not just popular towns like Andover, Newburyport. Towns like Middleton, Ipswich, Lynn have actually seen some of the strongest percentage gains in the entire country over the past several years. So if you bought 5, 6, or 7 years ago, especially in one of these towns, there's a very good chance your home is worth significantly more than you expect. So here's a question worth pausing on. When's the last time you actually checked what your home is worth in today's market, not what you assume it's worth? A lot of homeowners are attached to what they paid or what a neighbor's house sold for years ago, but the market has moved a lot since then. And that gap between perception and reality is often bigger than people expect. If you're on the fence about selling your home, this is exactly the kind of information that should factor into your decision, because your equity position today might make a move possible that wasn't even on the table a few years ago. Now, if you're buying, I know this data isn't exactly what you want to hear, but here's the important context, even with prices climbing this much. Homes are still selling, buyers are still finding houses, and deals are still getting done every single week. There are a ton of opportunities out there for buyers. You just have to have a good plan in place. Prices rising doesn't mean the window has closed. It means that strategy for buying today looks different than it did 5 years ago. And having the right guidance matters more than ever. So what does this mean going forward? No one has a crystal ball, but based on what we've seen over the last 5 years and the ongoing demand for buyers relocating from Boston and out of state here north of Boston has constantly remained a strong and resilient market. That doesn't mean prices only go up in a straight line, but it does mean that long-term trends has clearly favored homeowners here. So how much have home prices gone up north of Boston in 5 years? Somewhere in the 40 to 45% range statewide, and in some towns, even more than that. If you bought years ago, you may be sitting on more equity than you realize. And if you're buying today, understand this trend can help you make a smarter decision moving forward. If you're curious to what your home is actually worth in today's market, or you're thinking about buying and want to understand exactly what's going on in today's market, feel free to reach out to me anytime. My team and I would be happy to help. There's a link in the description below to schedule a discovery call. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to watch my next video. Is the north of Boston housing market finally shifting? Would I break down what's happening in the market right now? Also, if this video provided any value, please consider subscribing to my channel, because every week I talk about buying, selling, and relocating and what it's really like here living north of Boston.